I hot?
College in your Emory Henry College Wasps. The boy led year 2021. Leading off shortstop, number 3, Caleb Haynes. Batting second and playing left field, number 42, Jared Foley. The third batter playing third base, number 15, Hayden Milley. The cleanup hitter for the Wasps, the designated hitter, number 36, Chandler Caselli. Batting fifth and playing first base, number 41, Joe Talone. Batting sixth and playing right field, number 5, Jacob Zoller. Behind the plate, batting seventh, number 44, Nathan Treadway. Batting eighth and playing second base, number 27, Tristan Hensley. And rounding out the order in center field, number 2, Connor Buchanan. Pitching today for Emory Henry, number 24, Jack Singleton. At this time, we will honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Good afternoon, Wasp fans. Thank you for joining us here today for a great baseball matchup between your Emory and Henry Wasp and Ferrum College. I'm not sure if you were able to hear the starting lineup read off by our PA and SID, Joe Matthews, excuse me. But let's look at the fielding lineup for the Wasp today. At third, starting at third for the Wasp will be number 41, Joe Talone. At second, number 27, Tristan Hensley. Short will be number 3, Caleb Haynes. At third will be number 15, Hayden Milley. In left will be number 42, Jared Foley. Out in center will be number 2, Connor Buchanan. In right will be number 5, Jacob Zoller. Behind the plate for the Wasp will be number 44, Nathan Treadway. And pitching for the Wasp today, taking the mound will be number 24, Jack Singleton. Singleton was able to pick up the win last time he pitched against Guilford College last Wednesday. So looking to do more of the same here as the Wasp get things going against a ODAC rival, obviously in sports like football in the Crooked Road Classic. But, you know, in all sports here at Emory and Henry, Ferrum has is one that you definitely circle on the calendar. So the Wasp will be wanting to definitely get ahead off early. Definitely when the Wasp have had success, they've been putting together high-quality at-bats early in the game. But with that, let's start. So let's start this game off. Now leading off for Ferrum will be number 15, Rufus Hurdle. He'll step in against Singleton to lead this game off. First pitch is a called strike on the outside corner to Rufus. Really caught a corner. A great way to start the game there for Singleton. Pitch is swung on and fouled off, so Hurdle in a little bit of a hole here, down 0-2 to Singleton. Pitch is grounded right up the middle. Haynes is over behind second base. He fields it. He throws over to first, but it is bounces into Talone, and he is unable to scoop it. So Hurdle will reach on an error. So there'll be a runner on first, no outs, with number 1 Ozzy Torres stepping to the plate.
Now batting the second baseman, number 1, Ozzy Torres.
And mistakes like that are just not what you need early in the game here. I mean, Singleton rolls a perfect ground ball. That was a called ball on Haynes. I'm sorry, on Torres. But yeah, Singleton rolls a great ground ball right up the middle. Haynes is able to field it cleanly, just throws it away. So not what you want. And a called strike on Torres. Count is 1-1. And Torres takes off for second. Ball is grounded back to Singleton. I'm sorry. Hurdle is the runner on first who took off. He was safe on the steal. Torres grounds out to Singleton for the first out of the game. So there'll be a runner on second with 1 out as number 10, Josh Greenway, steps to the plate for Ferrum. First pitch is a ball low. Count is 1-0. Singleton stops Hurdle. He looked like he was about to just take off. He timed Singleton all the way up, but a great step-off move by Singleton to corral that. Hurdle has definitely got speed from any bag, so someone to definitely watch. There's a called strike on the outside corner, so the count will move to 1-1 on Greenway. And there's a ball high to Greenway, so the count will move to 2-1. It's a ball out, so 3-1 here to Greenway. Not exactly the hitter that you want to be in a hitter's count with. He's already got 3 doubles on the year. And that ball hits Greenway on the elbow, so he'll be awarded first. And there'll be runners on first and second with 1 out as number 44, Matt Yarborough, steps to the plate.
First baseman, number 44, Matt Yarborough.
Yarborough already has 3 home runs on the year, 14 RBIs, hitting .288. So someone who is definitely who they want, Ferrum wants at the plate with runners on first and second, as he can open this game wide open with 1 swing. And that ball is driven into right. It's down. Solar playing a little back, not trying to let that ball get to the fence. Was happy with giving up a single as opposed to a double and some runs. So a base knock out of Yarborough, and the bases will be loaded with 1 out. And number 8, Tyson Miesmer, coming to the plate.
Designated hitter, number 8, Tyson Miesmer.
And a great first pitch strikeout of Singleton, not shying away from the Ferrum batters, even with a full set of bases. And a ball in the dirt, corralled by Treadway, saving a run. Count is 1-1. And ball in the outside corner again. So 2-1 count here to Meismer. Singleton catches a corner there, so he will even the count at 2s. Wasp have the corners in, looking for an out at the plate with the middle infield back, looking for a double play. So trying to do everything they can. And there's a perfect ground ball to Haynes at second. He gets 2, and the ball is thrown over to first for the final out of the first inning. So the Wasp able to get out of that jam with no damage. So a great inning for Singleton to kind of bear down there after getting himself in a little bit of a pickle. But after that first half inning, score is still 0-0. And we are back here in the bottom of the first. Leading off for the Wasp is number 3, Caleb Haynes, and pitching for Ferrum is number 27, Devin Booth. First pitch is driven deep into center, and it is down for what looks to be a standing double. Haynes was out of the gate in a hurry. So a great way to start the game for the Wasps. And that was exactly what we talked about, where if the Wasps can get aggressive early and they can put together good ABs, they have success. So stepping to the plate for the Wasps is number 42, Jared Foley. Foley squares the bunt. He gets it down. A perfect bunt for definitely a sack bunt, but he put it down well enough that it could have, if he was a step quicker, could have been a drag bunt. But is able to move Haynes to third, and the Wasps have a runner at 90 feet away with 1 out, and number 15, Hayden Milley, stepping to the plate. And if you're Coach McCall here, this is exactly what you want your team doing this early in the game, is manufacturing runs and putting yourself in good positions. First pitch is a ball in the inside corner to Milley. Count moves to 1-0. And a ball out, so Millie in the driver's seat here. Count is 2-0. Looking to make something happen. And swung on and missed. Count will move to 2-1. If you're Hayden here, you're just thinking, I just got to get the ball into the grass. Get me into the outfield in some way, whether it be in the air or on the ground. That's getting me an RBI. That's getting me a stake. That was a ball on the ball low, so the count is 3-1. But any way possible that I can get Haynes 90 feet and get us a run over the plate. And that ball is driven into right center for an RBI single. So add another RBI to the stat list for Millie. Score is 1-0, Emory and Henry. And the big man, number 36, Chandler Caselli, is coming to the plate.
Now batting the designated hitter, number 36, Chandler Caselli.
And first pitch on the inside corner is swung on and missed by Caselli, so the count will be 0-1. And a funky arm angle out of Booth, especially on a lefty-lefty matchup. Coming at like a three-quarter angle. Not ideal. And the ball's through. That'll be a wild pitch out of Booth. Millie is able to advance to second. Count will be 1-1 to Caselli. And Ferrum is not exactly coming out to a hot start here in the bottom of the first. And ball is fouled over the third base dugout. Count will be 1-2. And a curveball in the inside corner. Caselli spoils it, gets it out of there, and fouls it off. Count will still remain 1-2. And a ball out to Caselli. So a 2-2 count, and he's doing exactly what Coach McCall has talked about plenty of times, where you get down in the count. He just wants them to, foul off balls that aren't great, have a good eye, and wait until you get your pitch. Unfortunately, Chandler misses his pitch. He goes down on strikes, so there'll be 2 outs. Runner on second as number 41, Joe Talone, steps to the plate.
The first baseman, number 41, Joe Talone.
First pitch is swung on and missed by Talone. Count moves to 0-1. And swung on and missed again. The catcher for Ferrum was unable to figure out where that ball was. And in his confusion, Millie was able to take another 90 feet. So there'll be a runner on third here. 2 outs. Count is 0-2. And Joe Talone stepping back into the box, looking to score another run for the Wasps. Pitch is fouled off by Talone. He's fighting. Count still remains 0-2. And swung on and missed by Talone, so that'll be the final out of the inning. So the Wasps able to plate 1 run there. Score is 1-0, Emory and Henry. And so they will be looking to hang an O here in the top of the second. And after that first inning for the Wasps, they'll be looking to do a little bit more of the same. Obviously, holding Ferrum to no runs. Gotten a little bit of a jam, but able to get out of it with no damage. So now stepping to the plate for Ferrum is number 5, Isaac Yeeman. He swings at the first pitch, drives it out to left, but Foley is under it in plenty of time for the first out of the inning. Now stepping to the plate for Ferrum is number 2, Justin Brady. And a ball in the outside corner, so the count will move to 1-0. And a ball in the inside corner. So Singleton not being picky on where he throws these pitches. Fortunately, they're both balls. Counts 2-0. And there's the strike call. So the count will move to 2-1 here. Pitch is driven through the hole between first and second for a base hit. So Brady will be on first here with number 34, Clayton Michael, stepping to the plate.
The shortstop, number 34, Clayton Michael.
Singleton checks over on Brady at first, but he's back in plenty of time. Strike called on the outside corner to Michael. Count will be 0-1. Pitch is driven into left. Foley coming in and bounces off of his glove. Goes for the basket catch of sorts. Unable to come up with it. So that'll be an error on Foley. And coming to the plate for Ferrum is number 3, Gray Sherfy.
Center fielder, number 3, Gray Sherfy.
Pitch is driven down the right field line for a hit. Sherfy drives it. He's heading into second. Ferrum scores 1 there. They send in another, and they score 2. So one swing, the tides have turned, and Ferrum is up on Emory Henry 2-1. With that, Ferrum will reach back to the top of their lineup and send to the plate number 15, Rufus Hurdle.
The right fielder, number 15, Rufus Hurdle.
Singleton checks at second. Doesn't make a throw, though. And a pitch is called a strike on the inside corner. Treadway unable to stick the pitch and actually gets away from him a little bit. Not enough for anyone to do any moving, but you don't always get the pitches called strikes if you drop them. That's always the rule of thumb when you're younger. That pitch is a ball in the dirt, so the count will move to 1-1. And a ball high and out to Hurdle, I'm sorry. Count is 2-1. Ball low to Hurdle. Counts 3-1. And Hurdle seems to think that that was going to be ball 4, but it is called a strike and will even the count full. Count will be 3-2 to Hurdle with 1 out and a runner on second. And swung on and fouled. Count will still remain 3-2. Pitch is grounded to third. Millie cleans it, fields it cleanly. Goes over to first, so they'll get the second out of the inning, but not before Sherfy is able to move to third. So there'll be 2 outs here, and number 1, Ozzy Torres, stepping to the plate.
Second baseman number 1, Ozzy Torres.
Torres with the second highest batting average here for Ferrum, so definitely somebody that they want at the plate. He fouls that ball off. Count will move to 0-1. And a ball outside, so the count will even out at 1s. And a check swing that ended up being a foul tip will be the second strike of the at-bat. Count moves to 1-2. Swung on and missed, and Torres was looking to put that ball into the mountains with that swing, but he comes up empty and will be the third out of the inning. So after 1.5, Ferrum comes back and plays a couple runs, and the score is now 2-1 Ferrum. So let's start off the bottom of the second here with number 5, Jacob Zoller.
Leading off the bottom of the second for Emory Henry, the right fielder, number 5, Jacob Zoller.
Zoller hitting an even 200 here this season. First pitch is a ball out. So count moves to 1-0. Someone that has definitely been relied upon by the Wasps in his tenure here. Got into a little bit of a slow start, but someone who will normally figure it out once everything starts rolling. The count is 2-0 to Zoller. That pitch is grounded to short. It's fielded cleanly. Thrown to first, and there will be the first out of the inning. Now coming to the plate for the Wasp is number 44, Nathan Treadway.
Now batting the catcher, number 44, Nathan Treadway.
Treadway's been doing the catching pretty much all year, with a couple of catchers last year for the Wasps, not retiring, but graduating, basically retiring. And so he's been working really hard with the pitching staff to get everybody in shape and get everybody on the same page. His count is 2-0. Treadway's actually been calling pitches this year, with talking to the pitching coach, Alex Laws. There's a ball inside, and they decided as a staff that he was ready to call his own game, and with working with the pitching staff, Treadway there gets a called ball four, so he'll be heading down first. But anyway, to conclude that thought, Treadway's calling pitches this year. So if you don't like the calls, now you know who to talk to. Now coming to the plate for the Wasp is number 27, Tristan Hensley. First pitch is a called strike to Hensley. Count moves to 0-1. And a ball out to Hensley evens the count at 1. And Treadway with a great with a great jump. Looked to be a little bit of hit and run, but Hensley didn't swing at that pitch until it was in the catcher's glove, out of the catcher's glove, all the way to the backstop. Still called a strike, so the count will be 1-2. Still did his job, obviously, with the runner at second. And now he looks to move him, but comes up short there, swung and missed. So he'll be the second out of the inning for the Wasps. And number 2, Connor Buchanan, will step to the plate.
The center fielder, number 2, Connor Buchanan.
First pitch is a backdoor curveball. Didn't catch a corner, though, so count will be 1-0. And swung on a miss by Buchanan, so that'll even the count at 1s. And swung on and fouled off. Buchanan, a little bit of a slow start here, looking for his first hit of the year. Just hasn't been seeing the ball amazing. But someone that normally figures it out as the year goes and looks at a ball there for an even count at 2s. Runner on second and 2 outs. And a ball outside to Buchanan, so the count will go full. Treadway at second is not forced to run, so we shall see if Coach McCall decides for him to be moving. He doesn't. And, a pitch a little low, but is called strike 3. None of the Wasps agree with the call, but that'll be the third out of the inning. So the Wasps strand one at second, and the score is 2-1 Ferrum. So as we get back to the action here, Ferrum will send to the plate number 10, Josh Greenway. First pitch is a ball out to Greenway, so the count will be 1-0. And a pitch relatively in the same spot, gets the same result. Ball. Counts 2-0. And Greenway pops one up on the right side of the infield. Talone looks to be under it, and he is. So that'll be the first out of the inning. And the Panthers will send number 44, Matt Yarborough, to the plate.
First baseman number 44, Matt Yarbrough.
There's a ball low to Yarborough, so the count will move to 1-0. And Yarborough dances out of the way of that pitch. Just misses him. Counts 2-0. Pitch is grounded to third. Millie fields it cleanly, throws to first. And Talone is unable to come up with it. So another error for the Wasps. That's the third of the day. And there will be a runner on first with one out. And number 8, Tyson Miesimer, coming to the plate.
Designated hitter number 8, Tyson Miesimer.
Pitch is called a ball in the outside corner to Miesimer. Count is 1-0. And runner goes, looks to be a hit and run. Swung and miss, and the Wasps throw out Yarbrough. Haynes looked like he was waiting there with the ball. Great footwork by Treadway to get the second out of the inning. Count's still 1-0. I mean 0-1. to number 8, Tyson Miesmer. Sorry, that's a 1-1 count. 2-1 count. And that pitch is fouled down the line, but out of play. And the count will move to 2-2. There's a ball in the dirt, so the count will even at 2s. I'm not exactly sure. I think our home plate umpire signaled 2-2, but I don't think anyone else has that count but him. So the umpires will talk it out to figure out what the count is. That's why it always helps to have a clicker. But they're going to see what everyone has here. And the count will be full after a brief discussion. It was determined that it's full count. So the count will be 3-2 here. So Miesmer will step to the plate for the payoff pitch. And it is grounded to first. Talone fields it easy, takes it himself for the final out of the inning. So again, errors do not come to pass as runs. The Wasps able to bear down and kind of minimize their mistakes. So the score will still be 2-1 Ferrum.
Leading off the bottom of the third for Emory Henry, the shortstop, number 3, Caleb Haynes.
So the Wasp will send number 3, Caleb Haynes, to lead off the bottom of the third. First pitch is a ball to Haynes. Haynes comes in hitting 192, so not an amazing average with 5 hits and 2 RBIs. So looking to increase that, especially with your leadoff hitter. He does right there with a drive into left. He's thinking 2, but scampers on back to first for a leadoff hit. So number 42, Jared Foley, will have his speedy leadoff hitter at first here with no outs. Booth checks over at Haynes at first, but he's able to get back in plenty of time. Foley swings at the first pitch, and he's able to drop one into left for a single. So back-to-back singles for the Wasps. And their number 3 hole, number 15, coming to the plate. Not a bad spot to be if you are Emory and Henry.
At the plate, the third baseman, number 15, Hayden Millie.
First pitch offered to Millie is swung on and missed. Count will be 0-1. And with no outs here, Coach Call is just asking for his 3-hole to just move people at the very least. Runners in scoring position, we got with less than 2 outs. We got to get people moving. Can't be too proud. Needs to shorten up here, especially with an 0-2 count. So I'm sure Millie will do the Emory and Henry patented choke and poke here with 2 strikes and then just trying to get a ball in play. Swung on and missed by Millie, so he'll go down on strikes, and he'll be the first out of the inning. And now coming to the plate for the Wasps, number 36, Chandler Cazelli.
The designated hitter, number 36, Chandler Cazelli.
First pitch is grounded lazily down the third base line for a foul ball. So that'll be the first strike. Count is 0-1. And if you folks remember right, our last game here at the field, Chandler Cazelli hit a grand slam. So over the right field fence, it was a tater and a half. So he'll be looking to do similar things here. I know Chandler is always looking for the long ball, something he really enjoys doing. But right here, we just need a single. And a ball low, so the count will move to 2-1 on Cazelli. And Cazelli lets that one go by as well, so he's in a great hitting count here. 3-1. And this is a situation where you're looking dead red, looking to make some damage, especially with runners on. And a ball, so Cazelli will truck on down to first, and the bases will be loaded for the full 4-hole hitter for the Wasps, number 41, Joe Talone. Talone with 2 doubles already on the year, so Wasps are looking to have more of that success here. And that pitch is grounded into the 5.5 hole really lazily, and Talone is able to beat it out. The shortstop for Ferrum didn't charge the ball at all, let it come to him, and that thick infield grass just completely slowed that ball down into almost a halt, to where the Wasps were able to play to run, and Talone was able to reach first safely. So the score's 2-2 with number 5, Jacob Zoller, stepping to the plate. He flies one into foul ground behind first base. The First baseman for Ferrum, number 44, Matt Yarbo, puts a great effort on the ball, but is unable to come up with it. So new life for Zoller and an 0-1 count. And there's a called ball low, so the count will move to 1-1. Pitch is driven straight deep into center field. It is caught for the out, but a sacrifice fly as Foley was able to tag up and score. So an RBI to take the lead for Jacob Zoller. Score is 3-2, Emory and Henry. So with 2 outs, runners at first and third, number 44, Nathan Treadway, will step to the plate, looking to keep this thing going, especially with a runner only 90 feet away. First pitch is swung on and missed by Treadway. Looked like he was stepping out a tad. Counts 0-1. And that pitch is fouled off, so 0-2 count is a situation where the at-bat now becomes a team AB. And Coach Call is just going to ask Treadway to put the ball in play. And there's a ball way out. So the count will move to 1-2. Fouled off by Treadway again, so he's fighting here. Pitch is grounded to third. Great play by the third baseman of Ferrum, able to throw out Treadway at first, so that'll be the final out of the inning. But not for the Wasps, were able to plate 2 runs there, retake the lead. So the score is now 3-2, Emory and Henry. So as we get back to it here Ferrum will send number 5, Isaac Yeaman, to the plate. First pitch is a called strike to Yeaman. Count will be 0-1. And that pitch is driven into left. Foley with a diving attempt, unable to get it, and it rolls back towards the wall. So Yeaman with a stand-up double to lead off the top of the fourth. So with no outs and a runner on second, number 2, Justin Brady will step to the plate. And Singleton steps off to recollect his thoughts and look in for a new sign. The Panthers show bunt. Brady makes an attempt but misses. So the count will move to 0-1. Brady shows bunt again. But pitch is a ball outside, so count will be 1-1. Brady showing bunt early again. Makes another attempt and again misses. So he is, at this point, out of tries on the bunt, so he'll have to swing away. And swung on a miss by Brady, so that'll be the first out of the inning. So with one out and a runner on second, number 34, Clayton Michaels, stepped to the plate.
The shortstop, number 34, Clayton Michael.
First pitch is driven into deep left center. Buchanan seems to be under it. He is. Yeaman fakes the tag up, but smartly stays at second. So there'll be 2 outs here. Runner on second as number 3, Gray Sherfy, steps to the plate.
The center fielder, number 3, Gray Sherfy.
First pitch to Sherfy is a called strike. Count will be 0-1. And a strike on the inside corner. So 0-2 will be the count. Swung on and fouled off by Sherfy. Count will remain 0-2. And grounded to second will be a out at first. So that'll be the final out of the inning. So after 3.5, score still remains 3-2, Emory and Henry. Leading off for the Wasp in the bottom of the fourth will be number 27, Tristan Hensley. And he watches the first pitch for a ball. Count is 1-0. Swung on a miss by Hensley, so the count will even at ones. Pitch is grounded to third and easily thrown over to first for the first out of the inning. Which will bring number 2, Connor Buchanan, to the plate.
The center fielder, number 2, Connor Buchanan.
First pitch is watched by Buchanan. Counts 1-0. Swung on and missed, so the count will even at ones. Fouled off by Buchanan, so a 1-2 count here. And swung on and missed by Buchanan, so that'll be the second out of the inning. And that'll bring number 3, Caleb Haynes, to the plate.
That plate, the shortstop, number 3, Caleb Haynes.
And that is a called ball in the outside corner. Count moves to 1-0. And that pitch bounces in. Looks like it might have gotten a piece of the umpire. But he seems to be okay. Count moves to 2-0. And grounded to third, but easily the play is made. So that'll be the third out of the inning.
For Emory Henry in the fourth.
And after 4 full, score still 3-2, Emory and Henry. So as we get back to it here, Ferrum will send to the plate number 15, Rufus Hurdle. First pitch is a ball inside to Hurdle. Count will be 1-0. And there's a ball low, so the count will move to 2-0. Hurdle in a great hitting count here. And a called strike on Hurdle, so a 2-1 count. Ball 3 called, so a 3-1 count here. Pitch is grounded down the first baseline, but called foul. So count moves full, 3-2. And that pitch is fouled over the first base dugout. Count will remain 3-2. And that is a liner into right field. Zoller's able to get behind it, so minimizing damage. But if he's not able to get in front of that ball's rolling to the wall. So there will be a runner on first. As number 1, Ozzy Torres steps to the plate. Singleton checks over on Hurdle at first. He's been known to run. And that pitch is driven straight back up the middle, but Buchanan is under it in plenty of time, and there will be one out here. Now stepping to the plate for the Panthers is number 10, Josh Greenway.
The left fielder number 10, Josh Greenway.
First pitch to Greenway is a ball in the outside corner. Count will move to 1-0. And that pitch is fouled off by Greenway, so the count will even at 1s. Pitch is driven into right center. Zoller is under it for the out. Gets the ball right in, so Hurdle is unable to do anything. So there'll be 2 outs here. Runner on first. And number 44, Matt Yarbrough, stepping to the plate.
First baseman number 44, Matt Yarbrough.
And Singleton checks over on Hurdle again at first, but again, he's able to get back with ease. Hurdle takes off for second. Treadway throws the ball down, but a little bit of an errant throw. Not bad, but unable to come up with it cleanly is the second baseman, Tristan Hensley. So Hurdle will be in safe at second. So there'll be a runner on second, 2 outs, and a 1-1 count. 1-0 count, I'm sorry. That pitch is fouled off, so now will be the 1-1 count that I was talking about. Ball in the outside corner, so the count will move to 2-1. Hurdle takes off for third. Treadway throws down. And I think they had him if Millie holds on to the ball, but he's unable to hold on to it. And Hurdle will be safe at third. So that was a strike called. And the count will be 2-2 to Matt Yarborough with a runner on second and 2 outs. Pitch is grounded down the third baseline, but will roll foul. Count them remain 2-2. And a ball low, so Yarborough able to get himself back into this at-bat. Count is now full with 2 outs in the top of the 5th. And Yarborough skies one into right. Zoller seems to be under it, and he is, so that'll be the 3rd out of the inning. And again, Emory Henry stranding runners in scoring position. So after 4.5, score is Emory Henry 3, Ferrum 2. All right, so we are back, and we are going to be starting off the bottom of the 5th with number 42, Jared Foley. Foley is leading the Wasps in average, hitting .476 as just a freshman. He swings and tips that first pitch, and that'll be strike 1 to him. But 10 hits on 21 at-bats, 3 RBIs. So a great start to the season and a great start to a career as the count evens at 1s. Pitch is driven into shallow left field. Ferrum is under it for the first out. So there'll be one out as number 15, Hayden Milley, steps to the plate.
Now batting the third baseman, number 15, Hayden Milley.
First pitch is swung on and missed by Milley, so the count will move to 0-1. And swings through it again. So Milley in a little bit of a hole here. Count is 0-2. And a ball in the dirt. So the count will move to 1-2. And swung on and missed. So the second out of the inning is recorded by Ferrum. And that'll bring number 36, Chandler Cazelli, to the plate.
Now batting the designated hitter, number 36, Chandler Cazelli.
First pitch is called a strike on the outside corner to Cazelli. Count will be 0-1. And a front door breaking ball almost catches a corner, but it's called a ball, so the count will move to 1-1. And Cazelli lines one down the first baseline. It's just inside the foul line. He's trucking in for second, and he is in for a standing two-out double. So the Wasps trying to get something started here with two outs. And number 41, Joe Talone, stepping to the plate.
At the plate, the first baseman, number 41, Joe Talone.
First offering to Talone is swung on and missed, so an 0-1 count. And that pitch is driven into shallow right, and it is down for a base hit. So the Wasps trying to rally here with two outs. Two hits in a row. So there'll be runners at first and third with two outs as number 5, Jacob Zoller, steps to the plate. And it looks like Ferrum pitching coach Chip Schaffner is heading out to the mound to have a discussion with his pitcher. Chip Schaffner, actually a former pitching coach for the Wasps, so definitely a lot of players. Glad to see Coach Schaffner again, say hi and all of those things. But yeah, no love lost. Definitely everyone's still, glad to see each other. But that mound visit was a quick one, and it looks like we're getting back to the action. So still a 0-0 count on Zoller as he steps to the plate with runners on first and third and two outs. And the first pitch is a ball on the outside corner. So the count will be 1-0. And pitch grounded to third. Easy play for the final out of the inning. So Wasps unable to score any runs there, left runners on first and third, and the score after 5 full is 3-2 Emory Henry. So to lead off the top of the first, let's try that again. Leading off the top of the sixth for Ferrum is number 8, Tyson Miesemer. First pitch to him is a strike on the outside corner. Counts 0-1. And a ball called. So the count to Miesemer will even at ones. And a ball out again. So 2-1 will be the count. Pitch on the inside corner is fouled off by Miesemer. Count will be even at twos. And that ball is driven into right field for an easy single. So with a runner on first and no outs, Ferrum will send to the plate number 5, Isaac Yeaman.
The third baseman, number 5, Isaac Yeaman.
First pitch is a called strike on the outside corner. Singleton really painted that corner there. Counts 0-1. That pitch is driven into shallow center. Buchanan seems to be under it. He is. And that'll be the first out of the inning. That ball was skied high. And we've got clear blue skies today, and that's one that almost sometimes you can lose balls completely in a sky like this. So great play by Buchanan to be under it. And now stepping to the plate for Ferrum is number 2, Justin Brady. First pitch to him is driven backside down the line, but foul. So a good little piece of backside hitting. You don't see that as often, but able to keep his hands through the ball. Unfortunately, went foul. The count is 0-1 to Brady with 1 out and a runner on first. And ball in the dirt. It gets away from Treadway. And Miesemer is able to rumble, stumble, tumble all the way down to second. So there'll be a runner on second with 1 out. Count is 1-1. And Brady stepping back into the plate. Pitch is popped up behind third base. Millie is under it. That'll be the second out of the inning. So with 2 outs, Ferrum will send to the plate number 34, Michael, looking to get something started here with 2 outs. First pitch to Michael is a called strike on the outside corner. Count will be 0-1. And that pitch is driven into left, but finds the glove of Jared Foley for the final out of the inning. So after 5.5, score is still Emory and Henry 3, Ferrum. All right, leading off here, the bottom of the 6th will be number 44, Nathan Treadway, looking to get something started here. First pitch is a called strike on the outside corner. Count will be 0-1. And that pitch is grounded lazily to third. And Ferrum able to make the play easily for the first out of the inning. So with 1 out, the freshman, number 27, Tristan Hensley, will step to the plate.
The second baseman, number 27, Tristan Hensley.
First pitch is a called strike to Hensley. Counts 0-1. And that pitch is grounded again to third. Ferrum able to make the play easily, and the Wasps are quickly down 2 outs as number 2, Connor Buchanan, steps to the plate.
At the plate, the center fielder, number 2, Connor Buchanan.
First pitch to Buchanan is fouled off over the first base dugout. So the count will be 0-1. And that pitch is bounced in for the first ball of the at-bat. Count is 1-1. Swung on and missed by Buchanan. Looks like he was looking down at Trey McCall when trying to swing. Counts 1-2. Ball in the dirt. Count will even up at 2s. And a full count. Booth lets Buchanan all the way back into this at bat. And misses there, so the speedster Buchanan at first, with number 3, Caleb Haynes, stepping to the plate with 2 outs. And head coach Ryan Brittle for the Panthers will come on out to the mound as they make a pitching change. So we will be right back. The action after this pitching change. So now pitching for the Panthers will be number 24, Colin Bates. He's the freshman right-handed pitcher out of Huddleston, Virginia. And he'll be looking to get the last out of the 6th. Sporting a 1.8 ERA here so far, so a great start to his season and a great start to his career. And Bates steps off to resettle himself here as Haynes steps into the box. Bates checks over at first, but Buchanan is able to get back easily. And Buchanan takes off for second. He's in easily, comes off the bag, slides all the way through, slides late, slides right through the bag, and Ferrum's able to tag him out easily. So that'll be the final out of the 6th. So after 6 full innings, your score is Emory Henry 3, Ferrum 2. So as we start the 7th inning, the Emory Henry Wasps make a pitching change. Now coming in to pitch for the Wasp is number 13, Jordan Smith. And his first pitch is a ball low. Looked like number 3, Gray Sherfy was thinking about maybe squaring to bunt. But he pulls back, and he, on the second pitch, lines out to third as Hayden Milley makes the diving play for the first out of the inning. So one down here as number 15, Rufus Hurdle, steps to the plate. First pitch to Hurdle is a ball. So the count will be 1-0. And ball low, so 2-0 here to Hurdle. Great hitting count. And a called strike, so the count will move to 2-1. Pitch is driven into center field, and Buchanan is under it easily for the second out of the inning. So there'll be 2 outs as number 1, Ozzy Torres, steps to the plate for the Panthers. And that's a called strike on Torres. The count will be 0-1. Smith with the third best ERA on the team, a 1.93, and the only Wasp to have a win in his column. He's 1-0. He was able to pick up the win last week against Guilford. So looking to continue here. The count is 1-1 to Torres. And there's a ball low, so count will be 2-1 with 2 outs. Pitch is grounded to second. Hensley bobbles the ball, and there will be the Wasps' 4th error of the day. Torres will reach base safely And there'll be a runner on first for number 10, Josh Greenway.
Now batting the left fielder, number 10, Josh Greenway.
And a fake steal out of Torres. Honestly, I think if he would have went, he got a great jump on that pitch. It was called a strike, 0-1, but he actually just got caught leaning. And a great move by Smith to pick off Torres. He's not pleased with the call, but that'll be the third out of the inning. So after 6.5, score will remain 3-2, Emory and Henry.
One error committed, no runners left on base.
All right, so as we start the bottom of the seventh, Emory and Henry will send number 3, Caleb Haynes, to the plate.
The shortstop, number 3.
And the Wasps, I'm sure, are thinking that they love the lead that they have, but would really much appreciate adding to it. And Haynes on the first pitch looks to drag bunt, but bunts it foul. So the count will be 0-1. And Haynes is always a threat to bunt. Normally tries to lay one down about once a game, I would say. He can run great, so if he can get a ball in fair play, he normally has some success. And that pitch is a ball in the outside corner, so the count will move to 1-1. And a ball in the outside corner, so the count will move to 2-1. And turned and burned. That ball was grounded foul down the third base line. So the count will even out at 2s here. And fouled off again, so the count will remain at 2s. And a ball in the dirt, so the count will move to full. 3-2 count here to Haynes with no outs. That pitch is fouled off over the first base dugout, so Count will remain full. Looks like that foul ball might have caught a windshield. Hopefully everyone's all right out there. And that pitch is fouled off, so Haynes is definitely fighting here. And there is ball 4, so a great eye out of Haynes. That was close. I'm not sure most people would have the confidence to take that pitch, but is able to head on down to first. And now stepping to the plate for the Wasps is number 42, Jared Foley. So Coach McCall calls time to bring down Foley and discuss what the Wasps are looking to do here. Definitely seems like a bunt situation, especially with some speed at first. And Foley shows bunt, is able to get the ball down straight back to the pitcher, and it is thrown away. So instead of a sac bunt, it'll be a reached base with an error on the pitcher, number 24, Colin Bates. So no outs here, and the 3-hole for Emory Henry, number 15, Hayden Milley stepping to the plate.
The third baseman, number 15, Hayden Milley.
And Milley shows early bunt. He's able to get the balls down. And there will be the sacrifice bunt that we've been looking for. But this time, it moves 2 runners into scoring position instead of 1. So coming to the plate for the Wasp is number 36, Chandler Caselli. He'll have runners on second and third with 1 out. So in this situation, you're just asking your 4-hole hitter, just give me the ball into the outfield. Actually, check that. Caselli was intentionally walked to load the bases. And now Joe Talone, number 41, will step to the plate. And I know as a player, if there was ever an intentional walk in front of me, I always took it personal because it felt like they were wanting to get to you because they think that they can get you out. And it looks like Joe Talone took that personally because he hits the ball off the wall for an easy double. It looked like a little bit of a miscommunication on whether or not they were going to send the second runner. A little bit of a hold-up at second, but an easy double off the wall for Joe Talone. Wasps score 2. Score is now 5-2. Now coming to the plate for the Wasps is number 5, Jacob Zoller. And he's still in a great spot here with 1 out and runners on second and third. It looks like Ferrum is bringing their infield up. Going to try to stop the bleeding at home. And in this situation, when you're the batter, you're just thinking trying to hit something as hard as you can because Ferrum is going to have a lot less range when they're this close. So anything hit on the ground really, really hard has got a good shot at getting through. And that ball is hit straight back up the middle for a base hit. And that'll be a 2-run RBI base hit for Jacob Zoller. And exactly what he was taught to do. Hit the ball on the ground hard, straight back up the middle. because the infield was in, nobody in the middle was able to have the range to get to that ball, and the Wasps tack on 2 more. So your score is now 7-2 as number 44, Nathan Treadway, steps to the plate. First pitch of the at-bat is a called strike on the outside corner. Count will be 0-1 to Treadway. And Zoller is off. Looks to be a hit and run, but Treadway fouls that pitch off. So he'll have to return. Count will be 0-2. And Treadway fouls that pitch off as well. Count will remain 0-2. That pitch hits Treadway in the head. And he will take his base. A little bit of a scary situation, but he seems to be all right. It was a curveball that just got away from Bates. So there will be runners at first and second as number 19, Eli Milhorn, will pinch hit. But it looks like Chip Schaffner will come on out to the rubber and talk his pitcher kind of off of this little bit of a situation he's in. And if I'm Eli in this situation, I'm looking for the fattest fastball that you've ever seen right down the middle. A lot of times pitchers, especially when they get rattled, they hit somebody, their pitching coach comes out, talks to them, and what they're thinking of doing is they want to just get ahead in that next AB, get something, get a strike. So if I'm Eli here, I'm definitely looking for something right down the middle and something I can drive. So that meeting at the mound looks to be over. There will be 1 out. Runners on first and second in the bottom of the 7th for number 19, Eli Milhorn. And there was that pitch driven deep into center. Milhorn not able to get all of it as Ferrum is under it for the second out of the inning. And Eli got the pitch that he was looking for, exactly what I guess I called of a pitch right down the middle. He was just unable to get all of it. So now stepping to the plate for the Wasps will be number 2, Connor Buchanan. He's got 2 outs on him with runners at first and second. And that first pitch is a ball, so the count will move to 1-0. That pitch is fouled off by Buchanan. Count moves to 1-1. And a pitch just misses on the outside corner. But that will move the count to 2-1. And there's a called strike on the outside corner, so the count will be even at 2s with 2 outs and runners on first and second. And swung on and missed by Buchanan, so that'll be the final out of the 7th, but not before Emory and Henry was able to plate 4 runs, moving your score Emory and Henry 7, Ferrum 2.
4 runs on 2 hits. There was 1 error. Leading off the 8th for Ferrum.
All right, so now as we start the 8th, the Panthers will send to the plate number 10, Josh Greenway, and definitely put themselves in a little bit of a hole with that last inning, so going to have to scratch and claw here. And that first pitch is a foul ball down the third base line. Count is 0-1. So a ball high to Greenway. Count will move to 1-1. That pitch is grounded to Millie at third. He makes a great scoop. He's able to throw the ball over to first to Talone and record the first out of the inning. So 1 out and no one on for number 44, Matt Yarbrough.
The first baseman, number 44, Matt Yarbrough.
First pitch to Yarbrough is a ball on the inside corner. Count will be 1-0. And Smith looks to go in same spot. Gets the same outcome. Counts 2-0. That pitch is swung on and fouled off by Yarbrough, so the count will move to 2-1. And there's a ball in the dirt. A little bit of a 48-footer there from Smith. Count moves to 3-1. And a great breaking ball. Catch the outside corner out of Smith. That'll even the count here at 3-2. And strike 3 called, so the second out of the inning for the Wasps will be a backwards K. And Jordan Smith is dealing here as number 8, Tyson Miesemer, steps to the plate. First pitch to Miesemer is a ball in the dirt, so the count will move to 1-0. Ball high. Count will be 2-0. And that pitch is fouled off by Miesemer, but on the backswing, looks like he got a piece of Treadway. So as he walks that one off, count will be 2-2. I'm sorry, 2-1. And there is the strike to make it 2-2, just like I thought. Ball don't lie, folks. Count is even at 2s. And that pitch is smoked into deep center. But the gazelle that is Connor Buchanan was able to come up and get under it for the final out of the inning. So after 7.5, score is still 7 Emory and Henry, 2 And to pitch the bottom of the 8th, the Ferrum Panthers will bring in number 46, Jacob Tomlin. A little bit of a submarine pitcher here. He's a junior right-handed pitcher out of Standardsville, Virginia. And definitely a funky angle coming out of the right side. And to see that angle first for the Wasps will be number 3, Caleb Haynes.
The shortstop, number 3, Caleb Haynes.
So the first pitch is delivered. Haynes shows bunt but pulls back on a ball in the outside corner. Count is 1-0. There's a called strike on Haynes, so the count will even at 1. And a breaking ball in the dirt. Count is 2-1. That pitch is skied down the right field line, but it is foul. So the count will be 2-2. And there's a ball in the outside corner, so the count will move to full with no one on and no outs here in the bottom of the 8th. And that pitch hits Haynes, so he earned his walk there. As number 42, Jared Foley, will step to the plate.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 42, Jared Foley.
First pitch to Foley is lined out to right, but Hurdle is under it easily for the first out of the inning. And now stepping to the plate for the Wasps is number 15, Hayden Milley.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 15, Hayden Milley.
Haynes takes off for second. A little bit of a hit and run action. Milley is able to drive that ball into left field, and Haynes is able to easily truck into third. So with one out, the Wasps will have runners on first and third with their 4-hole number 36, Chandler Cazelli, coming to the plate.
At the plate, the designated hitter, number 36, Chandler Cazelli.
This time there's not an open base at first for the Panthers to walk Cazelli, so they're going to have to pitch to him. But it looks like there might be a pitching change as head coach Ryan Brittle comes out to the mound and he signals down to his bullpen for a new arm. So while he warms up, we will take a short break. Your score is Emory Henry 7, Ferrum. Okay, thank you for tuning in. Back from that break. Coming to the plate for the Wasp is number 36, Chandler Cazelli. He's looking to make something happen here with runners on first and third and one out. Ferrum brought in number 38, Ethan Westgate, to pitch. His first pitch was a strike to Cazelli as he fouled it off. So the count is 0-1. That pitch is driven through the hole, and a stumble by Haynes as he's coming in to home. It looks like he slid a smidge early, but still safe. And the score will now be 8-2 as Chandler Criselli has an RBI single. And looking to continue this run that the Wasps are on after his RBI double 2 innings ago. Last inning, I'm sorry, is number 41, Joe Talone. And the first pitch to Talone is a called strike, so the count will be 0-1. Westgate steps off to recompose himself. And swung on and fouled, so the count will be 0-2 to Talone with 1 out and runners on first and second. And swung on and driven right back up the middle, but directly to Torres. He takes it to second himself and then is able to throw the ball to first for the double play and the final out of the inning. But not for the Wasps are able to play to run. Your score after 8 full is Emory Henry 8, Ferrum. So, as we start the top of the ninth, Ferrum will send number 5, Isaac Yeaman, to the plate right now. And the first pitch of the at-bat is a called strike on the outside corner. Count will be 0-1. And that pitch bounces back to the net. Count will be 1-1. A ball low will bring the count to 2-1. And swung on and missed, so that will got my count mixed up. Counts 2-2. And a ball on the outside corner will bring the count to full. And that pitch is high and inside, so there will be a runner on first as number 18, Darden Erie Parrish, steps to the plate. He'll be pinch hitting here for the Panthers.
Pinch hitting for Ferrum, number 18, Darden Erie Parrish.
First pitch to Parrish is a ball in the outside corner. Count will be 1-0. And that pitch just misses. Count will move to 2-0. Parrish shows bunt, but is unable to get it down in fair territory. So a 2-1 count. Interesting move to bunt on a hitter's count there. And just misses. Count moves to 3-1. Pitch is grounded to second. Milhorn throws the ball to Haynes at second. They're able to get the lead runner. The ground ball wasn't exactly screaming, so not able to get to there. But there will be one out as number 19 comes to the plate. We unfortunately do not have a name for this player. He's not on our roster that was given to us, but the first pitch to number 19 is a ball low in the dirt. And a called strike, so the count will even at ones. And a ball in the dirt. Treadway able to block it, though, so it doesn't go through. That pitch is grounded back to Smith. He's able to get the out at first, so there'll be two down here. Ferrum will be down to their last out as number 3, Gray Sherfy, steps to the plate. First pitch to Sherfy is a ball in the outside corner, so the count will move to 1-0. And the pitch just misses the inside corner. Count will be 2-0 to Sherfy. And the pitch misses again, so a 3-0 count. There is a base open at first. And called strike on Sherfy, so the count will move to 3-1. And there's ball 4. So Sherfy will head on down to first as number 15, Rufus Hurdle, steps to the plate for the Panthers.
Now batting the right fielder, number 15, Rufus Hurdle.
First pitch to Hurdle is a called strike on the inside corner. Count will be 1-0. And that pitch is grounded down the third base line, but foul. So the Panthers down to their last strike here. Count is 0-2. No, they're not. That pitch is fouled over the first base dugout. Ball in the dirt. Gets away from Treadway a little bit, but he is able to pounce on it. And the count is 2-2. Ball high to Hurdle. And that pitch is foul tipped, so the count will remain 2-2. Pitch is lined to short. Haynes takes it off the chest, but is unable to keep it in front of him. So an infield hit for Hurdle. And there will be bases loaded here. 2 outs. And number 1, Ozzy Torres coming to the plate.
The second baseman, number 1, Ozzy Torres.
So it looks like pitching coach Alex Laws will take the trip out to the mound to calm his pitcher down and also kind of talk to the infield. This situation, you're just looking for, not trying to do anything special, just make the routine plays and get that final out. You've got plenty of room to play with, per se. You're not trying to do something too special. You got a 6-run lead. But in this situation, you just want to buckle down, and somebody's got to find that final out. Okay, so after that brief meeting, number 1, Ozzy Torres, will step back in. He still has a 0-0 count with the bases loaded and 2 outs here in the top of the 9th. First pitch to Torres is a breaking ball low for a ball. Count will be 1-0. And that pitch gets away from Treadway. And the Panthers are able to score a run there on a pass ball. And the score will now be Emory Henry 8, Ferrum 3, with runners on second and third, 2 outs, and a 2-0 count. There's a called strike on Torres. Counts 2-1. Ball out. Counts 3-1. And that pitch is lined down the third base line, but foul. So the Panthers again down to their last strike. Count will be full with 2 outs and runners on second and third. And that pitch hits Ozzy Torres. He definitely earned his walk there. the bases will be loaded as number 10, Josh Greenway, steps to the plate.
The left fielder, number 10, Josh Greenway.
First pitch to Greenway is a ball in the outside corner. Smith doesn't seem too happy with the call. Count is 1-0. And a ball called on the inside corner, so a 2-0 count. There's a called strike, so the count will move to 2-1 on Greenway. And a little bit of high cheddar there, so the count will move to 3-1. And that pitch is fouled off, so another full count here with 2 outs and bases loaded. And that pitch is grounded to third. Millie fields it cleanly, throws to first, and it pulls Talone off the bag. Although there are two runners at third, but everyone is able to get back to their bases. Ferrum will score another run on the throwing error. And the score will now be Emory Henry 8, Ferrum 4. And I know I talked about Emory and Henry having this a little bit of a leash here with such a lead, but that wasn't an invitation to make this a close game. They really just need to buckle down here and make the routine plays. So now stepping to the plate for the Panthers is number 44, Matt Yarbrough. And that the first pitch of his at-bat hits him, and that will score another run. So the score is now Emory and Henry 8, Ferrum 5, with bases loaded, 2 outs, and Nathan Treadway goes out to talk to the infield to try to settle everyone down. And also going out to the meeting is Coach Trey McCall. So he'll be calling down to the bullpen and make a pitching change. He'll be bringing in number 22, Michael Owen. What seems to be the closer for the Wasps. He's come in a lot of great clutch situations, so they'll be looking for him to shut the door here. Yep. All right, as we get back to the action here, we take a little look at Michael Owens' stats. He's got a 4.91 ERA here with 3 appearances. So looking to shut the door here as Ferrum sends number 8 Tyson Miesemer to the plate. First pitch from Owen is a strike, so the count will be 0-1. Ball out, so the count will even here at 1s. And ball low, so a 2-1 count here to Miesemer. And there's a ball high, so a 3-1 count here to Miesemer. And if I'm in his shoes, I'm thinking about putting something in the air, driving something, because what do you got to lose? You're down 3, and he puts one into right field for a base hit. 1 run scores, 2 runs score, and this is now an 8-7 ball game. The Wasps hanging on to a 1-run lead. So after that base hit, there'll be runners on first and third. Still 2 outs with number 5, Isaac Yeaman, coming to the plate. And Ferrum will run for Miesemer. They're sending number 41, Ben Thomas, out there at first base. So with 2 outs, you don't think that they're going to be running just because it's their last out, but you never know, especially if they're going to pinch run. First pitch is grounded down the first base line, but just foul. And the way that Thomas was moving on that pitch, he's most likely scoring if that was a fair ball. So a couple runs are saved there, and actually the lead with that foul ball. Count is 0-1. And a ball high, so the count will even up at 1s here. That pitch is fouled down the third base line, so count is now 1-2. And ball is grounded to second. Haynes is able to field it, toss it to Milhorn at second for the final out of the inning and the final out of the game. So a little bit of a nail-biter late in the game for the Wasps, but they are able to hold on and clinch the win. So a final score here is Emory Henry 8, Ferrum 7.